Katie. This is a video showing you how to put your wardrobe together. This is just, I'm just going to do it in one edit, so if I make any mistakes, it might be the sort of mistakes you come across, so then we can fix them. If we get that's it, that's better. So yes, right, so we start with the base, obviously, put that down near where it's going to be. Once the wardrobe's together, you can shuffle it a little bit further up to the back, but we've got to keep it away from the wall first of all, with a bit of a gap at the back. So away from the wall with a bit of a gap at the back to start off with, so we can get around there and put a couple of screws in. So I'm going to start with putting the right hand side, so if Jeremy can go back a little bit. So we've got TR top right, and that's the side piece that slots into there, and then this piece here lines up, and this is screwed together. Now I'm going to give you a decent nail to use to do this up. These have got little holes in, and you just do it up until it's nice and tight. That's it. And I failed to say you must have at least two people to put this together. So when you've put that on, you must have somebody supporting it. Don't let it go. So that must be supported. Second piece is this smaller back piece. It says top right again, so this is top right of it. That slots into there. So it slots into the base, and then you just push it up to there. You still have somebody supporting this and this. You've got three screws. I don't know if Jeremy can come around the back here. You'll see there's a screw hole here, 1, 2, and one down the bottom there. So I'm just going to put those screws in. And you should feel they're going quite nicely because I've made holes on the other side for them. Okay, so that's nice and sturdy now. Then we've got the big back panel. Now I'm going to do this on my own, but when you're putting this back panel on, it's best to have two people. I'm going to try and do it on my own. And again, that slots into the bottom. Just give it. Just tap it across until it kind of slots in there. So if you're with two people, it's just going to be that little bit easier. I think that's nearly there. That seems about right. Okay, just make sure somebody's just sort of supporting it slightly while the other person gets the other side, and it says top left in chalk. And then you lift that onto there, slot it into the bottom and bring it forwards. And again, I would keep somebody supporting that, the other person, just in case. But while they're doing that, you can lift this up. And again, if I grab my thing, again, it's got little holes there, and you can just do them up. And these don't have to be done up really tight, just sort of pinch them up. That's fine. Then I've got 3 more screws go in the back as they did before. You'll notice the holes. I don't need to, we don't need to film this bit, I don't think. So they can just go. Oh, actually, yes, if Jeremy comes round, I'll just show you this one. I think it's probably good practice to do this. I don't know if you can see properly. I'm just going to push the side in slightly before I put the screw in. I don't know if you can see that. That's it. And the bottom, I think I'll do the same. Oh, I think that'll be okay. That's fine. Yeah, no, that's lined up nicely. That's all good. Okay, right. So that's that far. Now we've got a middle section. Yes. So next, I think I'm going to put the top on next. So if Jim can balance the camera. Is that good? Right. This is Jeremy. So this is a little bit tricky. Offer this up here until it's about right, but it goes, what we do is we go further on back than it needs to. So if it, that's it, that's about right there. There's a reason for this. Okay, so we'll leave it there for a second. Then we get this middle section, which you know which way up it is because the easiest way, how do we, that way round, that's better. You see the hinges, it's got the little wicks of the hinges, the little spikes that have to be at the top because the doors come down on them. So those thin bits there. And what you do, you go in an angle and you line it up at the bottom, and then it goes up to there. Now this is slightly tricky. You get the door with the mirror. I'm going to do this on my own, but it's best to have 2 people, but I'll try and do it on my own. You have it with the mirror, there's the mirror. It has to be that way up because obviously the hinges are going to be on the right because that's the middle door. And you turn it round to there. And when you're doing it, as I say, with 2 people, you have one person guiding the bottom hinge into there, and then the other person can look at the top. I don't know if I can do this on my own. I'll have a go. Is that done it? I think that's done it. Right. So when that's done, double check that they're located properly, and they are. Then you close it up to there, and that should be secure. And make sure that's closed up to there. And then I think we'll get Jeremy back. Good. So what we want to do is to, whoever can do it, I think Jeremy can probably, if I go this side, let me do this side. So I'm going to support this door here and just gently bring the top forwards. So you can see how far it needs to come in by looking at the back. And if Jeremy just supports this door, there's one thing you might find, this is a little bit annoying, that thing keeps falling down, so you might have to look at that. My side looks about right. How's yours? Does that look about right? straight away, but we can have a little play around. You can see the middle section lining up. That looks pretty good. That needs coming out first.
Straight out.
Yeah. Actually, we'll get Jeremy back with the camera and I'll show you a couple of these little bits. So this is fiddly, but just take your time and it will go. So I suggest the best thing, I'm going to, as I know this side's lined up, I'm going to put this comes down like that, and then it's got one of these things you do up again. So yeah, I think the best thing to do would be to make sure this side is on properly first. You make sure the back's located nicely, so that lines up there. And come round to the side, and that should be nice and neat there. So that should be closed. Shouldn't be a big gap there. So that looks good. So that side is on nicely, and then we can fiddle around with this. So what we do is we've got to make sure this middle bit is lined up. Oh, that's come down nicely, yeah. So that middle bit is lined up nicely. The back is obviously flush, so that looks good. And come around to here, and this looks good too. So yeah, in this case, this has worked nicely. Sometimes, as I say, it's a little bit fiddly. You've got to go around to the back and just push it and just fiddle around with it. But that's worked nicely. This screw has to go in from underneath and up. So that goes up into there, and then you screw it in. You can use a big flat screwdriver if it's easier for you, or the nail I'm going to give you, and then you can do it up with a nail by going into the castle bit, whichever's easier. Okay, it doesn't have to go up massively tight, just pinch it up. That's good. That all looks good. And just double check that door. Yeah, that's all good. Right. So next I'm going to put I store the screws in here just so we don't leave them. So undo the screw. That's a Phillips screw there. There'll be another one as well for that. So the shot goes in on an angle and sits there. And then that's where the screws go in. One goes in there. And then the other one goes in the other side. That's it, that's nice and secure. That's your hanging rail. And then these doors go on. Again, best to do this with two people, but I'm going to have a go. Yeah, that's worked. And then the first time you close them, just do it very gently, just to make sure everything's not massively out of line. It might be that the floor's not level. We'll look at that in a minute. Let me put the other door on and we'll see what's going on. couple of issues, which I'll go through the rest of the process. I've got the 3 shelves. That go in this section here. Now these are adjustable. They're on adjustable bearers, and you can, if you like. I always put a couple of screws just to secure them, so you can remove the couple of screws and move them to where you want them, so you can move these around. Right, apart from the couple of issues I've got to sort out, and I'll sort those out and see what's going on, that is the process for putting the wardrobe together. So I just need to sort this door out, and then yeah, this will be all sorted for you. And obviously any problems you have, get in touch with me. I can help you through any of the process you got stuck with, but it goes on as you saw. It's a little bit fiddly to do, but as long as you don't force anything on there and don't over tighten anything, then it should be fine. And if I have problems with this door, I'll let you know, and that's it.